Hey, coaches. About to say welcome back, but it's me. It's welcome back. I haven't put one up, one of the football talk with Coach Chip since last weekend. Tell you what, dude, I've been busier than a one-armed paper hanger. And you say, Coach, we're all on Corona hiatus. What are you talking about busy? Man, we've been Zooming. There was 2 or 3 days last week. I had a Zoom at 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, and 9. I told my wife, I said, I'd rather go in and work 9, 10 hours. At least there's time to get off. But anyway, that's what I was doing this past week. We had some interviews we were doing through Zoom, interviewed guys from North Carolina, a nice young guy out in Louisiana, guys down in South Florida. And holy cats, man. I'm going to tell you, and then between the Zooming with the kids that we started doing a few weeks ago, and then our coaching staff doing our Zooming, as I told y'all, I've moved to a new school and got a whole new staff, and so we were trying to get to know each other that way. We didn't get together 3 or 4 times before the Corona shut us down. So I planned on doing one yesterday, and yesterday I just took a day off. It's the first day in weeks, maybe months. I didn't do anything with football. I just, we messed around the yard a little bit and wound up building a fire and cooking out some and just enjoyed the backyard. Our backyard's like a garden. And anyway, I had a good time. And so we're back at it today. And I've Coach Knott up in Tennessee had sent me an email talking about the one back power, and then some other coaches have been talking about the skip pull. I'm gonna this week when the weather clears up. I was just talking to my wife. She's going to be my producer, my camera lady on that. I'm gonna go out in the yard and set up some of my tomato pots that don't have tomatoes in them, and use those. And I'm going to do some drills for our linemen and for our coaches, just so they get an idea of what we're talking about on some different pulls. And skip pull will be one of them, and different footwork. And then also, and it won't be posted up on the page public, but those of y'all that want it, it'll be unlisted, where I can send you the link, and then you can open it up for those of you. I just had a coach, I think it was a few days ago, but I just opened it up today, asking me about the skip pull, and I'll be glad to share that with you. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to talk here. I believe it's episode 29. I think it might be 30. I didn't go back and check, but we're going to talk about one back power. And I know we've talked about it some in the past, but not any great degree. And Coach Knott up in Tennessee, I believe it's Tennessee, was asking me about it. And I really was asking about the zone, but it goes into one back power. And I sent him an email telling him the way I do it. Now, first off, let me say this. If you're a true zone person, turn this off, because you're going to get mad, because I don't run the true zone. This is a good zone to run for small schools where you got limited reps, and we've talked about that. You got limited coaches, you got limited time. Because remember now, if you're at a school with kids that don't go both ways, your kids are getting 2 hours of their position. If you're at a school with kids going both ways, I don't care if it's half of them. Even if half of them go both ways, those kids aren't getting but half as much time. So we don't get you can't get too deep in the weeds with this. Now this is the basic way, and I got this from Coach Jackson, who showed me this, and it's the easiest way I've ever seen him do it. Steven Jackson, he did a heck of a job, good young coach, and he came in and showed me this, and I said, man, this is the easiest way there is to block it, especially for a small school. And it's really like a dive play. And you ask about rules. I'll show you how we do it. You make up the rules how you want it to be, what you want them to be for your group. But this is the way we block the even front. Remember now, the blue guy right here, the wheel, we're not blocking him, we're RPOing him. Okay? So what we do, we combo the center and the left guard, this is zone right, are responsible for the mic and the nose. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, 90% of the time, it's going to be the center banging, going to Mike, and him taking the nose. He's always got the first man on his side of the football. Whether he's in a 1, 2, 3, he's going to drive that guy. All right, 2I, 2 or 3. He's got the end man. He's going to drive him. Backside, and the way we do it, because we like to RPO it, we're going to drive the end instead of climbing to the wheel and then reading the end. Now, you can make a call. You can tag it and let this cat right here climb. Okay? You can let him climb to the wheel or you can just drive it right here and read the wheel. And then you got your backside glance for your RPO. And then you got your backside under in case that dog jumps that glance. All right, another thing, and I've heard some coaches talk about like bunching or bundling plays up, and I'm going to talk to you about a different kind of bundling in our next episode about tempo and get more in detail. We did an overview of tempo a few episodes back. I'm going to get more into one kind of way of doing it. And we'll talk about my kind of bundling. But this is a good example. You got a pre-snap screen over here. It's not a tunnel. He's going to go fast feet, fast hands, maybe a couple of steps, come back, boom, just catch it. And this is when, if you got leverage right here, if this kid right here is way out there, you don't want to do it. But if they're trying to cheat and apex that thing and play in between, and I like doing that into the boundary, you can just let H goes right here, and this pre-snap. Quarterback just take the snap, now you have to flash fake, just raise up and pop that joker right here. If that corner's playing way off. Okay, so that's pre-snap. And then post-snap, you got the true RPO with the zone right here and all, and then the backside. Now I do this. All right, watch what I'm going to do here. We are going to go, I love doing it this way. This is the one back power, is what I call it. Okay? And it's perfect against split front, and I'll show you how you can do it against an odd front too. All right, you still got your backside linebacker, your wheel is your read on your RPO. You still got your pre-snap, your gift, your access, whatever you want to call it. It's just that fast screen right over here. It's not quite a, I guess it's kind of, some people call them now, some call them smoke, some call them, back when they first started using them, back in the under center days, some folks called them stand passes. I guess the guy just stood up and caught it. But you got that pre-snap, and then you got the same read for the quarterback. All we're doing is changing the blocking with the center and the backside guard. Front side guard still got him. He's still driving the end. He's still driving the end. You're still reading the wheel. You're blocking back on the 1 or the 2-eye, and then you're wrapping the mic. It's a great football play. You still got your glance over here, and you got your under behind the glance. And it's the easiest way in the world to block. You skip pull right here, boom. Now, this is for the teams that aren't good zone teams. Now, a couple episodes back, I told you why you should run zone, or at least install zone, because of the pass protection benefit from it, and and especially in the quick game. I told you I quit calling quick game protection and just called, zone right or zone left. And the kids just come off and hit them, and I gave them a signal, make sure they know, don't come off the linebacker. And that was our quick game. So I say put zone in, but you put zone in, you never can tell. You might be a good zone team. And if you're not, all you got to do, boom. Guys, I look for angles. And this right here, you got a 3, that's an angle. You got a 5, that's an angle. You got a 5, that's an angle. You got a 1 or a 2-eye, that's an angle right there for the center. And you're going to wrap right here to Mike. Remember, don't worry about Will. We're reading him. Okay, so it's a great play. They got 6 in the box. You got 5 to block them. We're going to read one of them. And you can't double team because you're 2 by 2. So what you do, you look for angles. I'd much rather, unless I just got a superior bunch up front that can really just put that cleat in the ground and drive people or get movement, displace people. I don't care if they drive them or move them left or right. Unless you got a really good bunch up front, this is a good way to do it right here. If you just got a feisty bunch, just wants to get after your fanny, and you got a center right here who's not the best guy, because you're always going to put the best snapper there. He may not be the best blocker, but he's going to give us 99.9999999% perfect snaps to that quarterback. Because if you ain't got perfect snaps to that quarterback, you've got no read game. The quarterback's all over the yard like he's playing catch with his 3-year-old son. Or I used to with my 3-year-old son. That's tough sledding right there. So you got to have perfect snaps. So the guy may not be the best blocker. Give him an angle. Okay, that's what I like about it. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, now this is against the 3-3. Again, it's basic zone stuff. Again, if you're a true zone guy, you're probably going like, man, Coach Chip has lost his stinking mind. I told you, turn the thing off. Anything you get from this point forward now, if you get teed off at me, that's on you. I warned you. All right, these two have got the mic and the nose. The left guard, center, mic, nose. These two got the stack backer, we called him a bat, and the DN. Now, I don't have them comboing right here, but they're going to combo. Okay, and you still got everything else the same. That's just basic zone right there. And the tackle's going to turn out on the end. Now the wheel is the stack backer. You still got your access or your gift screen over here, your now pass, whatever it is you want to call it. And you got your backside glance, and you got your backside under. It hasn't changed much. And this is the way we would block it. Now, I'd probably block it this way right here. Watch. Let's go to the fourth one. Okay, everything's the same, except look. Now this one, now you don't have to do it this way. You can just do the wrap. If your center is good enough to handle that nose, to position block him, to get him out of there where you can run that A gap, then you can wrap right here. Okay, now let's say you got a boy dog or a boar dog or a bow hog over here. You got a dude, a stud playing this Vortec right here, and he is dishing misery out all night long. And you look at it on film. If you don't know this by Sunday, you know what I'm talking about. The time you get home on Sunday evening and you've been watching film, you go, Lord, we're in trouble with our right tackle on that defensive end they got. You got to figure out ways to read him and figure out ways to angle him. And here's one way to do it. All right, you let him do it. You let him do a skip pull, boom, and let him wrap to the bat, and he just blocks out. So you got the angle. Again, I'm looking for angles. All right, I'm looking for angles. And if you'd have coached some of the lines I've coached over the years, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. Angles will make an average line look good. Angles will make a good line look great. If you already got a great line, it don't matter what you do. Just run inside zone, outside zone, run 2 or 3 blocking schemes, and call it a day if you already got a great bunch. But you know well as I do, most high schools don't, especially the smaller classifications. You got a bunch of kids that think they're H's and think they're tight ends and think they're fullbacks. Heck, one year I had a center that weighed 155 pounds that 2 years before that had been a backup quarterback. We were just trying to find a place to get him on the field. He made perfect snaps. We just back blocked and double teamed all year. He blocked back away from the play and would just hit people low. So that's what you're talking about. That's what we're dealing with here. So create angles. And you don't have to call it. You just work on it during the week and just tell him, say, make the call. It could be a you-me call, anything you want it to be. Okay? But give yourself angles. Let him just block out. Let the guard block out. Let the tackle wrap around. And it's like the wing T guys have always said. And it may have been Tubby Raymond that said it. The Godfather. Find ways, not plays. See, we're running the same play. This is the 4th card I've shown you, and it's the same play. And I'm showing you different ways to run the same play, getting in a 2x2 set and getting the football in the A gap. And I'm showing it all to the right. You guys are smart enough to figure out how to do it to the left. Okay? I believe that's the 4th card. Let's look at the 5th card. Boom. Okay? Now, this is same play, and the nose is the boar dog. And he's going to whip your center, or he's already whipping your center's fanny all night long. So you double him, wrap around to the mic here, and you got to bring that H in the game now because you got a double team. If you got to bring the H into the box. You can't be 2x2 out here and get a double team unless you got a quarterback that's a stinking genius, that's a savant, and can read 2 people. Okay, because you're going to have to leave 2 unblocked if you're not going to bring the H in the box. Bring the H in the box, let him lead on the bat, and let the tackle dig out the DN. All right, what do you do if you got a boar dog at nose and a boar dog at end? You tip your hat to the coach after the game. You shake his hand, say good game, because he just whipped your fanny. Okay, because if they got 2 of them that you can't do anything with, that's rough sledding right there, Hoss. Okay, and maybe you're running the wrong offense. I don't know. All right, so you still got the glance on the backside. You still got your under. You still got your gift over here. You don't have anybody to go block that corner, but if they're playing way off of them, you can still throw that joker if you like it. If you like that, if you like your chances over there and he's playing 8 to 10 yards off and he's scared to death that he's going to get burned deep by your Y, do that and see if you can bring him up, and that'll make you pass your downfield passing game better later down the line in that ball game. All right. All right. Now, this is just 3-4. All right. Now, let me tell you something about 3-4. If that guy's going to come out with a 5-man box, okay, the D coordinator on the other side is going to run a 5-man box against 7 because you got 5 linemen, back and tailback. Either he's not real bright or his bunch is so much better than you, and he's fixing to whip your fanny anyway because they're better than you. Okay, because they're going to put 5 dudes in here. They better be dudes. Okay? Now you can still do all the angles I showed you on the 3-3. Remember, you're leaving the wheel alone. You're still reading that joker right there. These two, left guard, center, got the nose and the mic. These two got the end and the bat that I slid out there. Okay. If he comes in here like this, then you just tell that quarterback just raise up and throw that joker out. If that bat is ever inside that H like that, you've got this. You've got the gift, you got the access, you got the fast screen, whatever you want to call it, the now pass. If they bring him in here where he can get involved in it, because remember, we're not blocking him. And it's not a real RPO. It's a pre-snap thing, but if he's inside, just raise up and throw that joker out here and have him do it every time. That way he don't know if he's getting it or not. And just tell the quarterback if he's got leverage on the outside right here, throw that joker. And you can X block it, and wrap it on this as well with a block right there. If your tackle can handle that DN, you can double team that nose with the play side guard and wrap with the backside. Okay? If he can handle that DN. If your tackle can handle the DN, then you can double the nose, wrap with the backside, and you got a whale of a football play, and you're going to control him with this screen out here. Okay, that's how you're going to control him. All right, that's all I got for today. I'm going to come back real soon, probably tomorrow at some point, and do another episode real quick, and I'm going to talk about tempo, as we talked about in the introduction, and it's a certain way to run tempo, a way that we've had a lot of success doing tempo over the years, and believe it or not, it involves wristbands. And I've talked to guys, and wristbands slow us down. It's the way we do it, and I'm not saying that we're smarter than anybody else, but we just figured out a good way to do it, and it involves, it's kind of like scripting. It's tempo, scripting, and bundling all together. Okay, and you'll see that in the next episode. All right, that's been it for this one. Be sure to share, like, and tell everybody about Football Talk with Coach Chip. And until next time, be elite.